The value-added tax, or VAT, which is set to be implemented from January 1, 2018, is estimated to generate 12 billion dirhams in its first year. Revenues will shoot up to between 18 billion and 20 billion dirhams in the second year, according to His Excellency Obaid Humaid Al-Taya, the Minister of State for Financial Affairs, who briefed Federal National Council members on Tuesday during discussions related to the 2017 federal budget. The UAE will start implementing a value-added tax rate of 5% from January 1, 2018, but the introduction of other alternative revenue measures, including corporate and income taxes, are not under consideration for the time being. His Excellency Al-Tayr told the House that VAT revenues will be shared by the federal budget and local governments, and shares were yet to be decided. The UAE government has already announced that 100 food items, health, education and social services would be exempted from VAT. Companies in the UAE that record annual revenues of over 3.75 million dirhams will be obliged to register under a value-added tax system and will accordingly be taxed. Companies whose revenues range between 1.87 million dirhams and 3.75 million dirhams will have an option to either register or not register under the first phase of the system. In February 2016, the IMF said oil exporting countries in the Middle East and North Africa lost over $340 billion in oil revenues from their budgets in 2015, amounting to 20% of their combined gross domestic product. The decision to introduce VAT is part of the efforts to secure new sources of income that boosts its commitment to diversify its economy and reducing reliance on hydrocarbons. The total trade between Dubai and Spain reached 3.4 billion dirhams during the first half of this year, according to data from Dubai Customs. Imports, exports and re-exports stood at 2.77 billion dirhams, with 389 million dirhams in exports and 271 million dirhams in re-exports, respectively. The figures were revealed by Ahmed Abdul Salam Kazim, Director of Strategy and Corporate Excellence at Dubai Customs, who briefed a visiting Spanish delegation, which included a number of businessmen and representatives of Dubai-based Spanish companies and diplomatic missions. The meeting was aimed at enhancing trade with Spain and was attended by His Excellency Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, the Group Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of DP World, as well as the Director of Dubai Customs. His Excellency Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem highlighted the role Dubai Customs plays to develop and promote relationships with foreign business councils in support of the image and economy of Dubai worldwide. Online-savvy shoppers in the UAE are more willing to pay a premium for same-day delivery than their regional peers. A survey by PwC revealed that 63% of those in the UAE would pay more for same-day delivery, compared to 54% in Saudi Arabia. In this year's survey, the UAE stood out as having more experienced online shoppers than is typical in the region. While overall Middle Eastern consumers are shopping online more frequently than they did a year ago, UAE millennials are the most experienced online retail purchasers in the region. Some 10% of these shoppers have more than 10 years' experience in online retail, compared to a Middle Eastern average of 5%. Online shoppers in the UAE said they owned a mobile phone, but in the region, overall 7% did not have one. Consumers in the UAE are more likely to choose a retailer for their stock availability and because they trust the brand. Meanwhile, respondents from the UAE are more concerned about security risks online and, perhaps for similar reasons, are much more likely to use a debit card than another form of payment. The survey shows that the percentage of daily online shoppers in the Middle East doubled from 6% in 2014 to 12% in 2015. And the global beauty and personal care products manufacturing company Unilever has officially inaugurated a new 1 billion dirham factory in Dubai as they seek to expand their sales and capitalise on the growing regional demand. The official opening ceremony was also attended by Unilever's global CEO, Paul Polman, as the company celebrated the opening of their second factory in the UAE. Located in Dubai's industrial park and spanning over 100,000 square metres, the factory is now the company's largest plant in the region and is also set to deliver their highest output of 100,000 tonnes per annum of liquid beauty and personal care products a year, which is approximately 500 million units. During the ceremony, the CEO also revealed that all the products manufactured will bear the Made in the UAE stamp, with around 75 to 80% of the products to be exported across the MENA region. During the ceremony, the CEO of Dubai Wholesale City, Abdullah Balhoul, stated that the industrial park now hosts over 108 factories, with growth figures for the business park to reach 18% for the year 2016. According to Unilever, with an investment of over 250 million euros, construction of the factory began in 2015 and was completed in 18 months with 2.5 million man-hours. Furthermore, Unilever also revealed that the factory has provided employment to over 400 staff, while it is also run by its own private solar park, as part of their efforts to reduce their carbon footprint. Commenting on the launch, the CEO of Unilever stated that despite the challenges related to the change in the US presidential administration and currency fluctuations, the new factory should support their growth ambitions in the region.
We're very proud of this, and on top of this employment of 400 people, a major investment of 250 million euros, 1 billion dirhams. We also obviously have state-of-the-art technology here, which I think the country will benefit from. We have green energy, a 2 megawatt solar power here, the biggest private solar power installation in the Emirates. We have treatment of wastewater, zero waste to landfill, and that's obviously how we should design all the factories in the future. Unilever has been around for hundreds of years, and we plan to be around for hundreds of more years, and we've seen a lot of things. We've seen wars, we've seen regime changes, we've seen coups d'etats, we've seen everything in the world, and increasingly, it is without any doubt this world is being challenged. Some people call it a VUCA world, volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous. But the fact that we are in 190 plus countries in the world allow us to deal with that. Sometimes a little setback in one part of the world gets compensated with a little tailwind in other parts of the world. We think that we're well positioned here for the long term, and we make our business decisions for the long term. With government changes that are there in any part of the world, by the way, and we've just seen the US, we will always take a long-term view and continue to invest and do what is right for the long term for our business, but also for humanity.